significant programs, significant in that they directly touch people and animals. That is the support for seniors who are living at home and also rehoming senior dogs. ElderDog is a very unique organization. I really don't think there's anything like it in Canada and maybe even beyond. And one of the uniquenesses is that we focus on the relationship between senior people and senior dogs. And we're really dedicated to fostering that relationship. Our organization is research-based in that the programs that we offer and the supports that we provide are based on what we know from an extensive review of research in the area. So, for example, we know a lot about the benefits, the many benefits, psychological, social, physiological, that seniors gain from having a relationship with a companion animal. And so, based on that, and based on our aging population in Canada, across the country, and some places, more so than others, we really strive to foster that relationship between seniors and their dogs as long as possible. The other uniqueness is that we're not a rescue organization in the way that a lot of people kind of think about, rehoming dogs. So we typically find homes for older dogs who are in need of a new home, perhaps because they've lost a senior companion, perhaps due to relocation or illness, or for whatever reason their companion is no longer able to keep them. And if they go to a shelter, that's not a good environment for an older dog. I mean, as you well know, people, as I said before, don't really line up typically when they go to a shelter to adopt a senior dog. Usually they're looking for a puppy or a younger dog. So we focus on seniors, senior dogs and senior people. Most of the dogs we rehome do come from seniors who sadly have to move into a retirement home or a long-term care facility, or perhaps they've passed away or have become ill and are no longer able to care for their dogs. It's a real tragedy when they have to give up their longtime companion because they're not welcome in a new environment. But that is the case in many situations. So we provide homes for older dogs when they can no longer stay at home. And if a senior is living at home and is no longer, or is facing challenges with daily dog care, then our volunteers help by regularly taking dogs for walks, perhaps taking the dogs to appointments when seniors perhaps are no longer driving. Maybe a senior is having difficulty with basic grooming, and one of our volunteers will help with that. Anything that a volunteer can do of a non-technical nature that will allow the dog to be well at home as long as possible and be in companionship with their senior is really what we strive for. The other uniqueness in our organization is that where at all possible, when we rehome a dog, we place that senior dog with a senior family or a senior individual.
It must be difficult for the owners who are elderly and having to give up their pets so that they can be accepted into a senior's home, for example, or a long-term care facility, or even a hospital.
It's difficult is an understatement. It's a devastating experience for people. And when you think about it, and this is a commonplace, we'll get a call from a senior who has just lost her partner or spouse. Because of that loss, she is having to downsize, and so she's losing a family home, moving into a retirement or assisted living situation where she can't take her beloved companion, really the only friend that she feels that she has right now. One of the things that we aim to do through ElderDog is, as much as we possibly can, to provide some peace of mind to that person, to let them know that every dog we rehome, we treat as if that dog were our very own. We take seriously how we've been entrusted with their care. We know that they're much loved members of that person's family. And so we commit to those dogs, to her dog, to those dogs, for the rest of their lives. And in many cases, not always, but in many cases, a senior or a family will want to stay in touch with the new home, the new companions. And we encourage that. It's important for people to have that option, to know that their beloved dog is happy, is well adjusted, is being well cared for, and sometimes, if they wish it to happen, the new companion will take their dog to visit in, if it's a long-term care facility or assisted living, will take the dog to visit. And that happens in some cases over a prolonged period of time. The option of that happening is often enough for people to feel the peace of mind that is really important. But we often maintain contact between the new family and the former companion through telephone calls, through exchange of photographs, and so on and so forth. And if it is the wish of the person to maintain face-to-face contact, then our volunteers or even the new companion will visit with the dog, and that's really wonderful. This is Heidegger, and she came to me as an elder dog. This is the second elder dog I've adopted through our program, and she was with a family in Ontario, and they had to relocate. They had her and another dog, a small dog, and when they were moving into a retirement apartment, they could take the small dog, but they couldn't take her. And so through my kind of connections with her breed, which is a Portuguese water dog, she came to me, and she's an elder dog. She's been with me now for 2 years, and she's fit in well with the rest of the pack.